Hey, it's Adam, Avalon Auto, Alpharetta, Georgia, AvalonAutoAtlanta.com. Next up, 2006 Lexus GX470, 211,000 miles, always owned in the South, no rust, good service history. This thing has been a troublesome project for me, though, I will say. When I got it, the paint was horrible. I knew I was going to have to repaint the whole damn vehicle. It has some basically minor accidents on the Carfax, so the bumpers had been repainted and they were fading. The Blizzard White Pearl was peeling on every freaking metal panel, roof, everything. So I knew that going into it. Interior was decent, dash had been replaced, timing had just been done at a Lexus dealership. You know, it checked all the other boxes. I'm thinking, okay, I can handle cosmetic stuff. Sent it to the paint shop mechanically. My initial inspection, I did a video on that silver one yesterday on what to look for initially. My initial inspection was okay, but once we sent it into the shop, it was not okay. All the other things came up. So we replaced front lower control arms, bushings were shot. Rear upper control arms, bushings were shot. Rear differential, after we got through with all that and started really taking it on extended test drives, rear diff was making noise, bad pinion bearings. We even serviced all three of them prior to that, front, rear, and transfer case. And then we, at the end of the road, found out the rear diff was bad, making a noise. So we had, you know, OEM Lexus pinion bearings, oil shields. There's 4 or 5 different parts in that we replaced. There's a transmission shop around the corner that does diff rebuilds. So we just brought it to them and got it redone. So it's great now. Tires were dry rotted. They looked good on, you know, initial inspection, but once you really got into the tread, they were dry rotted. One of the CV axles, boots was torn at the clamp, so OEM CV axle. Let's see, timing. Yes, it was just done at a Lexus dealership. However, when we took it in for inspection, it was leaking. Water pump was leaking. Something I don't see too often, water outlet gaskets. There's 2 on both sides of the block that, again, it's not a common thing, but they were both leaking. So we had to basically redo the full timing service, because why take just the water pump off? I know it was just done, but my tech that does, he's probably done 50 of these timing services, says whoever did this gave 0 fucks, because bolts were loose, just seals were, you know, the gaskets were mangled, like, just wasn't good. I even called the Lexus dealership here in Atlanta that did it just to confirm, was this actually done? And they said, yes, but it looks like it might have been an employee's car, so we're not sure. They kind of gave me the runaround on that, because I was trying to just bring it back to them for almost like a warranty work, but they basically told me to eat grass. So either way, redid everything. I believe we also did valve cover gaskets, if I'm not mistaken, power steering pump, power steering air control valve. There was some things on the Lexus driver's report about smoke out of the exhaust, and they told him it was the spark plug tube seal. So actually we didn't do the valve covers because they had just done them, and those were not leaking. Leaking down into it. Guys, if you got smoke coming out of the exhaust on startup, check your power steering air control valve. That thing, when it fails, it is just dumping steering fluid into your intake and basically getting all that shit burned up in the pipes. So this was a project, you know, I bought it cheap, thought it was going to be a good flip. It's not. I'm going to lose money on it. I know this. I'm putting it up for basically what I got in it. I know it's more than, we've got another one with very similar specs that has not been fully repainted, but it's also very nice. This one, I am asking more because it is a full 100% new paint job, belt moldings, headlights, seats, tires, timing, 3-diff service, axles, everything's been done. I hate that I had to do all of it, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I can't put a subpar product to market. Interior of this is nice. It does have some kind of cheap all-weather mats. I'll probably replace those. Seats, we redid 2 front full seats, as we do on most of these. Steering wheel's been refinished. Dash was already good. Interior is pretty good. It's got a little crack in the wood grain here. I do have a panel replacement, if that really bothers you. There's one that's just like a 3D printed black. It's not really any prettier, but it is cool. There's some that have cup holders on them. I keep a couple of those in stock. It does have the manual 6-disc changer. Yeah, new Maxxis razor, step up tire size. I may have one of these center caps. I know I've got some of the Hyper Silver ones, but I may have one of those. Ashtray cover on the rear is broken off. I've seen that a lot. They do not sell just the cover. You've got to buy pretty much the whole insert, which is like $100. Back seat's in great shape. Center cup holder, everything works. Let's see, third row is intact in this one. We also did a rear spring conversion on it. It does have a little staining here, like I don't know what they put back here. Something red, obviously. Suffers from saggy nut syndrome, as they all do. Does have factory tow package. Oh, right in the exhaust. Cold morning. We did put in the Icon base plate, Touring Tech springs with isolators. Does have the 7-pin and apparently a 4-pin converter here. Again, paint job looks great. Belt moldings and everything look great. At the end of the road, I'm happy with this one, but damn, was it a project. Does have a little chip in the tent here as well. We do have a tent shop in the complex that could redo that. Whenever they replace the dash, because it was done before I got it, the vent adjusters are gone, which they do still sell these at Lexus. They're also about 80 to 90 bucks a piece, which I could probably get some of those coming. Brakes were good. Again, this thing is, I've got about, I want to say like $9,500 worth of added expense on this thing. Again, I bought it cheap, thought it was going to be a good flip. Initial once over went pretty well. It had the timing sticker, wasn't making any noise. Interior was pretty rough as far as the seats go. I replaced those anyways. Paint was bad. I have repainted quite a few of these Blizzard whites. But that damn, once you take it for that full inspection, that's why I said in the video yesterday, your initial once over, still take it for a pre-sale inspection, because once you get it on a rack and start really inspecting bushings and taking it out for an extended test drive, hearing for bearing noise, diff noise, things like that, this thing had been serviced pretty well. A lot of it at a Lexus dealership. It still bit me, but now it's nice. It's restored, looks great. 211K, fully serviced. Adam with Avalon Auto. I've got a couple more videos to do today, but again, 211 GX, fully serviced. Boom, bada bing. I don't know if I showed you the full frame pic, so I'm going to pull up and do that in the light, because we got to come in for that morning sunrise visit. I'm about to put this silver pine up for sale as well. When we did the timing, we also did, again, I mentioned the power steering pump. We also did the steering reservoir. Again, undercarriage on this thing is spotless. I liked it when I saw it. Control arms, axle, batteries OEM, 84 month. It's good till 20, I think, whatever. Steering reservoir, timing was done at 211. We ended up redoing everything at 211. So sorry for the long video, but this one was a project, a lot of things to say.